Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the finale of Ace Attorney Investigations 2. It has been a long time coming, but we finally reached that point. And this is part 50. What a lovely even number for a finale. It feels good. Definitely the longest Ace Attorney game so far, and it deserves it. This story is wonderful. I can't praise it enough. Previously, Sirhan Dogan made his appearance. It turns out he broke out of prison specifically to track down the people from 12 years ago because they all got into incidents. The body double who took the real president's place, Blaise de Best, and Patricia Rowland. All of them tried to kill Dogan 12 years ago, but Dogan was saved and hidden away by a child from the orphanage, one Horace Knightley, of all people. And turns out Horace Knightley, the entire time, the son of Isaac Dover, the murder victim of the third case. And what's more, the son of Dame Gustavia, Simon Keyes, is the mastermind. So all that's left is to go confront Simon and end this for good. I'm excited. Let's get going. The grand turnabout. End. The very big circus storage tent. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. Are you guys here for the show? Mr. Keyes, Miss Barry. Wow, he's all dressed up, huh? Yeah, this guy has no idea what's coming to him. We turned off the bug, and then all this info that was revealed happened. He has no idea Edgeworth knows. Oh, this is gonna be good. Oh man, I can't help but remember, way back in Case 2, the beginning of Case 2, I wasn't sure who the culprit was, and I was like, it's either Roland or Simon Keyes. But nah, unless Simon lets his hair down and becomes Sephiroth, I doubt it. Well, turns out he was Kefka all along, not Sephiroth. Oh jeez. Oh man. This is gonna be good. You're a little early. I'm sorry, but we're still getting ready. But I'm so happy you came. You remembered our promise. Yes, I remember. You asked us to come and see the show when you gave me this. I'm so happy you came. Please enjoy yourselves. I'm sure my performance will surprise you, Mr. Edgeworth. Your performance has already surprised me, Mr. Keyes. But he hasn't performed yet. Regina, please have a look at this photo. Oh, wow. So we're really just going to be upfront about this, huh? Not try to coax any information out from an unsuspecting Keyes? No, we're just going straight for the accusation, aren't we? Is this balloon the property of the Very Big Circus? Oh, it is. Did you see it flying around somewhere? It's highly likely that this balloon was used by the culprit in the case we are investigating. Huh? Who is in charge of the balloon? Well, that would be Simon, but are you saying... Mr. Keyes, you flew this balloon in the middle of the night, did you not? I do occasionally practice alone at night. I'm not much of a pilot, though. I'm a little clumsy. So, for practice, you'll do something as challenging as flying a balloon at night. Wouldn't that be rather difficult for someone who is clumsy and not much of a pilot? Not to mention in the middle of a city, near a skyscraper? Then, what do you think I was doing, Mr. Edgeworth? You brought Kay to the roof of the Grand Tower in order to frame her for the murder of Jill Crane. Not a single security camera recorded Kay using the elevator. Therefore, the only way she could have gotten up there was through flight. And the only one who could have flown her up there was you, Mr. Keyes. No way. Mr. Edgeworth, how can you say that? That's not all. You drugged John at the garbage pickup and kidnapped him. Wasn't that why you were late when you came to watch the trial of Patricia Rowland? No way. I have no idea what you're saying. There's no way I could do things like that. I feel like he's so stunned he's forgotten to do his scaredy cat act. He's taking this suspiciously well. Please believe me, Mr. Edgeworth, please. I wanted to believe you. However, you have broken that trust yourself. That's horrible. Why would you say that? Didn't you once say that you would trust me? That you'd believe in me? Don't you worry about that. We're your allies. That's because we're like birds of a feather, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Birds of a feather, huh? I suppose that's true. We have sufficient information about your past. I doubt you had a motive to kill Knightley. Rather, you are probably the most affected by his death. And I doubt someone as timid as you could work up the courage to murder someone. Alright, I'll get you out of here. We'll believe in you. I'm so sad. Those words were all lies. It wasn't a lie. We really did trust you. Kay, even you? You said we were like birds of a feather, and yet... I'm hurt, Kay. You've hurt me deeply. Oh. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, maybe Simon isn't a bad guy after all. Objection! I see. So that's how you operate. I understand now, all too well. No matter who you face, you find an emotional weakness and exploit it. You guide each person towards the outcome you desire, without them even noticing it. That is how you were able to mastermind the entire case. I may have fallen for your tricks before, but not this time. Simon Keyes, I indict you. So it's come to this after all. You are always so full of confidence, Mr. Edgeworth. But I rather like that, because now I can rip that confidence to shreds. Oh my god, it's Sephiroth! Apollo has given me the gift of prophecy. He literally let his hair down. It's Kefka Roth. Or Sefka. Okay, also he's using a tower of chipmunks supporting a white cat as an elbow rest. That is goddamn ridiculous. Oh, this feels kind of like Matt Engard all over again. Oh man. Good work, everyone. His personality has completely changed. So, the animal tamer who could not tame animals, that was all a facade. This is the real Simon Keyes.
Simon? That's not true, is it?
Truth or lie, what difference does it make?
Huh?
Mr. Edgeworth just made me a little upset, that's all. Well... Oh wow. Oh wow, Dogen rubbed off on this little brat. Piggy. You'll take responsibility for upsetting me, right? Balloon practice. It's true, I practiced with the balloon 2 nights ago. That photo must have been taken when the balloon and I passed near the building. I often fly around that area for advertising purposes. There's nothing unusual about that, right? What a brow line. You often fly around the Grand Tower in the balloon. Yeah, even the circus needs to advertise. Regina, is that true?
Yup. It was Simon's job to advertise using the balloon. Most people who live around here should have seen it.
That balloon was used in the crime we are investigating. Like I said, it's just a coincidence. I simply happened to pass by the Grand Tower when the photo was taken. I shall determine whether or not it was a coincidence after I hear your full story. Alright, here we go. It's true, I practiced with the balloon 2 nights ago.
Hold
it! Was the balloon launched from this tent? There's a nice big park near the Sunshine Coliseum. I always launch the balloon there. I see. In that case, how do you transport the balloon to the park? Well, it's too heavy to carry by hand. It weighs several hundred pounds. And yet it can fly in the sky. Amazing, isn't it? I asked you how you transported it. Now answer the question. I can't even make some small talk. You're mean, Mr. Edgeworth. I used a truck. The balloon is loaded onto the back of the... No. Wasn't there a basket in here? Oh! Yo! The balloon is loaded into the back of the truck. A truck? Yeah, the last time I took the truck and the balloon out was 2 days ago. I cannot overlook that piece of testimony. The last time I took the truck and the balloon out was 2 days ago. Yeah, no, Lotta saw the lion balloon last night.
Hold it!
Allow me to confirm, you haven't driven the truck since then. Do you really need to confirm that? I mean, I just said it 5 seconds ago. Answer the question, or would it be inconvenient for you to do so? That's a pretty weak provocation coming from you, Mr. Edgeworth. What could be inconvenient about something I've already said? Fine, I get it. That truck has been parked behind the dressing room since 2 days ago. And the balloon and basket are still inside. Is there a problem? There's no problem. I simply wanted to express my thanks for that piece of testimony. So the truck was parked here for the past 2 days. That was exactly what I wanted to hear, Mr. Keyes. May I continue? So then, regarding the balloon... That photo must have been taken when the balloon and I passed near the building.
Hold it!
You're saying it was simply a coincidence that you were photographed near the tower. I get it. I know how you operate now, Mr. Edgeworth. You'll insist that a coincidence is impossible until you get your way. When you say it like that, everything will inevitably go your way. How scary. Oh, jeez. Put that away.
Oh, you're wrong. Mr. Edgeworth isn't like that.
Kay, calm down. He's only trying to provoke an emotional response. He intends to goad us into losing our focus in order to derail the topic at hand. Now, why do you think he would do that?
Because he's a clown? No, I mean because he's trying to hide something, I guess.
Both is good. Exactly, Kay. We must not let up on him. However, you must continue to keep our composure. Understand?
Yep. So, Simon, allow me, as the assistant, to ask you a question. When you passed by the Grand Tower at that precise moment, was it really just a coincidence?
We could have just left things at that, but for the sake of your assistant, I shall explain my reasons for being there. I often fly around that area for advertising purposes. So, in addition to advertising with the balloon, maintaining the balloon is also your job. Am I wrong? You're a real stickler for the details, you know. Yeah, that's right. Ask the boss if you want. Right, boss?
Yup. Simon is in charge of cleaning and fixing all that stuff with the balloon. I don't think anyone besides Simon has used the balloon for a while now.
That confirms he was the one riding the balloon in the photo taken 2 days ago. However, if he is the mastermind, he must have used it today as well. Am I able to prove that? Looks like you're deep in thought. Is it really that hard to comprehend? Hot air balloons fly in the sky, and in other news, the sky is blue and the grass is green. There's nothing unusual about that, right? I wonder about that. You flew the balloon in the middle of the night, eerily close to a certain other incident. Would you say there's nothing strange about that as well? Mr. Edgeworth, isn't that like a really leading question? Won't you please stop being such a naughty prosecutor? It's kind of a downer. It's a clown's job to put smiles on people's faces, after all. Ducks and weaves around my questions skillfully. Very well, in that case, I will simply have to make use of a more direct attack. We still don't know much about the balloon. In any case, I must draw out more information. Right. The last time I took the truck and the balloon out was 2 days ago. Well, we know the truck's been parked outside. This is weirdly incompetent of him. He was there at the Grand Tower repeatedly. The truck was parked there right outside. I'm sure if I rewind and go back and check footage or whatever, I can see Simon standing like 5 feet from the truck. The truck you put the balloon into, was it blue by any chance? Blue? So what if it is? Today, we saw a blue truck carrying a large basket. If that truck just so happened to be yours, then your claim that you last used it 2 days ago becomes a lie.
Oh, hey, it's Emma. Ooh.
Agent Lane, Emma.
Mr. Edgeworth, I finally found you. I've been searching for you ever since the incident yesterday. I dashed right over after Kay contacted me just a little while ago.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, the thing you were looking for. I found it. It was placed in a blue truck at the dressing room parking lot. Wait, hold on. How many pages of evidence do I have? A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5. That's terrifying and probably a new record. 5 pages. Damn. A blue truck, as I suspected. That truck is, without a doubt, the one I saw today.
Objection!
There are a number of blue trucks out there, you know. Who's to say you're not mistaking it for a different one?
It's definitely that one. I got a good look at it.
Objection!
Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, was that...
It wasn't me. Whoa. Is he a voice mimic? Okay, words have no strength without evidence to back them up.
Oh, that's Mr. Edgeworth's voice.
Evidence. Present evidence. Do I have any evidence to prove that this was the truck I saw today?
Huh? What's wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Why are you touching the truck?
The truck's body is cold to the touch. It seems to have been parked here for some time.
You can figure all that out just by touching it?
Yo! What could prove that this is the truck I saw? Fingerprints! I'd like to dust the truck for fingerprints. Fingerprints? What for? I don't see any point in that. A certain person's fingerprints should be left on this truck. And these fingerprints will prove this truck was parked in front of the Grand Tower today. Whose fingerprints prove this truck was in front of the tower? Miles's. Edgeworth? Your fingerprints? Indeed. Earlier today, I touched the truck at the plaza in front of the Grand Tower. I'd like to dust for my prints. Emma, might I request a scientific investigation?
That's what I'm here for, and no other reason. Alright, we're all set. Go ahead, Mr. Edgeworth.
Wait, you want me to do it?
Of course. Who else but Mr. Edgeworth would be up to the task? Here, I'll show you how it's done.
Alright then. You're the scientist, why don't you just do it yourself?
First, we sprinkle some aluminum powder over the area you want to investigate. Like this.
Wow. Talk about an 11th hour game mechanic.
The powder will adhere to the fingerprints, so once you've sprinkled enough, you blow it away.
Blow it away?
Yeah, just blow on it with your breath. Whoosh.
Blow the powder away by blowing into the microphone.
Got it?
Yes, I think so. I guess we'll do it for real this time.
Just so you know, the key point is to sprinkle the powder all over.
Alright. Sprinkle some cocaine around. Yeah, cocaine.
We got one! That's a nice clean fingerprint.
Let's run the prints against mine post-haste.
Alright, just leave it to me. These are definitely your fingerprints, Mr. Edgeworth.
Well, it seems to me that we have just proven your statement to be a lie.
Those poor rabbits.
What were you doing when you were driving this truck around?
Piggy.
Just taking it for a joyride. Oh. Kay was abducted 2 nights ago. Your balloon was sighted not far from the scene. Today, there was another kidnapping in which a garbage truck was used. And once again, your truck was seen nearby.
Objection!
This all sounds like nothing more than a pure coincidence to me. So it was pure coincidence that you parked near 2 separate kidnappings. I doubt that. You were involved in both kidnappings, weren't you?
Isn't it a bit rash to automatically assume that the two kidnappings were connected?
Objection!
And what if I had evidence to prove that the two crimes were performed by the same culprit?
Ha! You're serious. I can't wait to hear this.
What did Kay and John's kidnappings have in common? Sleepy Z's.
Take that!
Kay was knocked out with a powerful sleeping drug, and a bottle of sleeping drugs was found lying in the place where John was confined. The contents of the bottle were a match with the drugs used on Kay.
Objection!
So that's all you've got, huh? And here I was getting my hopes up. So the same sleeping drugs were used, so what? You think that connects the two incidents? Surely you must realize it yourself. That doesn't prove a thing. There must be something.
Evidence that proves he is connected to those cases.
The police, prosecutors, and even you, Mr. Edgeworth. In the end, you're all the same. You make up evidence as you see fit, just so you can send some poor soul to prison. Isn't there someone like that here? A poor soul who was wrongly accused in the past?
Objection!
You're wrong. Who would do such a thing?
Objection!
Then show me the evidence. If you're going to accuse me of a crime, it's only natural.
It's no use. I can't seem to find any other threads linking him to the kidnappings. You know, I was going to say, there's a little patch of hair near his mouth on the left side that looks brighter than the others. Is that supposed to be like a light shine, or is it like hair dye? Like the roots showing through or whatever? I don't know.
Now then, have you finally run out of ammo, Mr. Edgeworth? I still have preparations to make at the circus, so if you'll excuse me.
Objection!
Finally, Raymond does something.
Now, you two, no need to get so heated. And Simon, you're looking good in that clown makeup. Hey, what's your deal? Don't just butt in like that. Uncle Ray's not so good in such a stiff environment. I mean, why so serious, right?
Oh, God. Ugh. Okay, like... I guess I'm a hypocrite because I appreciated the Shrek reference because I like Shrek, but... the only good references are ones that won't age. This has not aged well, this reference here.
Hey, Kay, how about a little trick?
At last, my moment has arrived. The great Kay Faraday presents a Simon impression. Objection!
Why you? Enough already. Hey, Miles, I'm buying you some time to get all your ducks in a row. There's probably a better way to stall for time than this, but whatevs. Woo! Nice one, Kay.
I'm not so sure about this method either, but I have to find something that connects Simon to the case, and I need to find it now. Is there evidence not related to the kidnapping that's connected to the mastermind's identity? That's it. The mastermind is the same person as the young acolyte Dogen was looking for. If I can just connect the young acolyte to Simon. Which piece of evidence could be connected with the mastermind's true identity? No, that's too much of a stretch. I had an idea there, but... Oh, right. We could say that, we can talk about how Dogen rescued those kids. It could be this drawing, but is there anything bluntly stating that Dogen rescued the kids? IS-7 incident documents? Let's see here. I mean, Gustavia's son is mentioned here. I could try that. I do have a lot of spare health. Or it could be the fire. Yeah, no, I think it's the IS-7 incident documents.
Take that!
No! I found it. This is the evidence that connects you to the case. Really now? That's interesting. Well then, show me how it's connected. Leave it to me. If you hold it like this and turn it this way...
Too bad. Epic fail, Mr. Edgeworth.
Whoa! Whose side are you on, anyways? Something. I have to find something. It simply must exist. Evidence that shows the mastermind is connected to those involved in this case.
Take that!
Not the drawing. Crap. Okay. I'm still good. I'm still over half health. The fire?
Take that! I'm thinking real hard. Gears are turning. Hold on. I can get this. I can't get this. I'm gonna use a guide. Son of a... It was my first thought. My original thought that I immediately dismissed because I thought it was too much of a stretch. Someone had to have known both Niley and Dogen in order to intercept it, or to have a reason to intercept it. God. If I had just trusted my gut. Take that!
Niley and Dogen both communicated through a certain individual. Oh, then that somebody must be the mastermind behind the case. That's it. The mastermind played a role in the correspondence chess. If I can prove that it was Simon, then... That's enough. I can't stomach any more of your sorry excuse for performance.
If you have no more objections, then I ask that you let me get back to preparing for the show.
Objection!
Thank you for the help, Mr. Shields, though you may have taken it a little too far. You sure look happy. I take it you found something.
Look at me. I'm Simon. Simon the clown. The funny, funny clown.
Okay, you can stop now. Now then, Mr. Keyes, do you happen to like chess? That was rather out of the blue. But since you asked, I can't say that I dislike chess. The mastermind played correspondence chess with Sir Han Dogan.
Objection!
If I recall, it was Knightley who had been playing chess with Dogan, wasn't it? Are you saying that he was the mastermind?
Objection!
There was no way Knightley could have been the mastermind. The reason being, the mastermind had continued to work behind the scenes even after Knightley's death. That being the case, who could have written this letter? I believe someone acted as the middleman between Dogan and Knightley. So, you're saying that you think I'm the middleman? And just why would I have to go all to that trouble and do something like that? Most likely to make it appear as if there was a connection between Knightley and Dogan. And, as a result, Knightley was killed by Patricia Rowland.
No way. Are you saying it was all set up so that he would be killed by her?
Objection!
What are you saying? There's no way I could manipulate a person that far. Look at me. It takes all I have just to get the animals to perform tricks. If only just a scrap of the letters he exchanged with Knightley still remained. It'd be decisive evidence. I'd like to investigate your room. There could be decisive... If it's the letters you're looking for, you won't find any in there. What? I'm the type of guy who throws his letters away as soon as he's done reading them. There's the point in living in the past. Does that mean he's already gotten rid of the evidence? Mr. Edgeworth, everything you have said so far has been nothing more than baseless conjecture. The evidence, just one step behind it. What should I do? Am I all out of moves? Without evidence, I won't allow you to cast doubt on my friendship with Knightley. Who is that?
Oh, excuse me?
Miss Barry. What's on her mind?
I've been listening in on what you all were saying, and, when you say Mr. Knightley, you mean Simon's friend, Mr. Knightley, right?
Yes, that's correct. Does she know something?
This morning, a letter arrived from Mr. Knightley. It was for Simon.
What? What did you say? That's impossible. Knightley's already dead. Miss Barry, please, let me see that letter.
Okay, here you go.
Quick, open it. Yeah, it's the seal is stamped with a chess piece, a knight. This is a correspondence chess letter. Next move the pawn to g6. Now can you see the path to checkmate? I can't wait to see the look on your face. You weren't expecting to lose that chess against me, right?
This is the response to Dogan's last move.
Now can you see the path to checkmate? I can't wait to see the look on your face. You weren't expecting to lose that chess against me, right? Postmark says March 26th, the day before Knightley's death. It seems the letter arrived late.
Since the circus moves around so much, a lot of the mail people send us arrive late.
Now, why was this letter addressed to you?
This is proof that you were the middleman between Dogen and Knightley. Okay, this is a bit of a stretch, but okay. Normally, you would transcribe this letter into Braille before sending it to Dogen. And in doing so, you created a connection between him and Knightley.
Damn it! Curse you, Knightley! Why must you continue to interfere? Simon, why? Wasn't Knightley your only friend? Don't be ridiculous. I stopped thinking of him as a friend 18 years ago. 18 years ago? Would that have been the day of the IS-7 incident? Thanks to Knightley, I nearly died that day in the snowstorm. While I was on my way to the contest venue where my father was waiting, Knightley suddenly appeared. He held me down, tied up my hands and feet, and with tears streaming down his face, he kept apologizing. My dad's too scary. I can't disobey him. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Stop it, Horace. I promised my dad. I said I'd taste his desserts. If I'm not there, Dad will be in trouble. I'm gonna let everyone know my dad's desserts are the best in the world. After that, he locked us inside a car. It was so cold I could see my own breath. Before we knew it, the doors had frozen shut and not even he could get them open. And then, I lost my father. What? Your father? Horace Knightley was the son of the murderer who killed my father. What could this mean? His confession runs contrary to the information we have. But the name of the victim in the IS-7 incident was Isaac Dover. Oh. Huh? What? Then why did Knightley have the pirouette signet ring? What? Isaac Dover is my father's name. 18 years ago, my memories are muddled from the shock of my near-death experience. So it wasn't until later that I learned the truth. On that day, my father was murdered. Yo, you don't suppose that maybe Knightley falsely claimed that his father was Isaac so that he could get the inheritance? Well, I mean, wasn't it a thing that Dover was shored up on money? He joined the contest to get money because he would always price his art pieces so ridiculously high. Never mind then. The culprit of the IS-7 incident was a confectioner by the name of Dane Gustavia. So that was the name of Knightley's father. That low-life scum of the earth killed my father. Just the thought of him makes me sick. So you knew who the culprit was all along? Of course not. Had I known, I would have tipped off the police a long time ago. All I knew was that Knightley's father was trying to set up my own father. That's why I immediately knew about that the one who died that day was my dad. Knightley had a hand in my father's murder, that traitor. He was the son of a killer. It's only natural that he ended up dead. It would appear that you are a victim of a very serious misunderstanding. Misunderstanding? Just what are you talking about? Isaac Dover, at the time, he was actively working as a sculptor in France, under the name Pierre Houet. Is that right? Well, I'm sorry to say I don't remember that at all. It's only natural you don't remember. After all, he's not your real father. Oh, is it really just that Simon is wrong? What, is that supposed to be a joke? I am not amused.
You won't be able to laugh at all once I reveal the truth to you. This piece of evidence proves that you are not Isaac Dover's son. The ring.
Take that!
What's that? Isn't that Knightley's chessboard and his ring? I want you to take a good look at this ring's design. There are 2 letters inscribed in it. That is the seal Pierre Hoët used as a signature. 18 years ago, it was found lying near the body of Isaac Dover. Why would Knightley have my father's memento with him? The police had found Isaac Dover's son and gave it to him. Isaac Dover's real son is Horace Knightley.
What? But that means I'm...
In other words, you are Dame Gustavia's son.
That's a lie. After all, my father is... My memories are... I lost my father because Knightley locked me up in the car. That's why I thought it would be fitting if he were killed as well.
Really? Will I be able to see a circus show, even in prison? I enjoy playing chess with you, but I'm looking forward to your performance as well.
Yes, please look forward to it.
Alright, you better drop by again. I'll be thinking about my next move.
Oh yeah, I've left something special inside that chessboard for you. You should check it out later.
Something special? I'm not quite sure what you mean, but thanks. I owe you one, Simon.
If only you hadn't stopped me 18 years ago. It wouldn't have had to come to this.
Huh? Did you say something?
Nope, not a word. Goodbye, Horace. After all that, you're saying it was my father who killed Knightley's? Then that means... Was it all for nothing? I didn't want to become some weakling who could be killed by anyone. That's why I thought I'd follow in Mr. Dogan's footsteps.
This finally proves it. Simon Keyes, you are Dogan's correspondence chess partner, and the mastermind behind this case.
Yeah. That's right, it was me. I'm the mastermind behind it all.
You may be admitting it, but something tells me this fight is not over. He's finally showing his true colors.
As you all know, I witnessed the incident 12 years ago.
President Juan's assassination. So the child who drew that picture was Simon Keyes.
When I was found out, I was subjected to horrible interrogations over and over by that heartless Patricia. I'd spend the nights trembling in my bed, terrified of what the next day would bring. I'm sure you can understand why I'd want to sneak out of there, right?
However, Blaze would have likely sent pursuers after you.
Exactly. I was on the run from them every waking moment, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
Yeah, Blaze did say that he made some kid from the orphanage disappear.
I couldn't even sleep at night. I'd jump at the slightest noise. And that's why I became a circus performer. Blaze the Best was the chief prosecutor, and Patricia Rowland was the warden of the prison. No ordinary person would be a match for those two, and there were no adults I could rely on. Furthermore, behind the scenes was the body double who had set those two in motion.
Though he was a fake, I was up against a nation's president. Talk about utter despair, right? My only ally was Mr. Dogan. He saved my life after all. He actually helped me out, unlike Knightley. If this story is true, it's ironic. Dogan, the fiendish assassin, was idolized by the child he saved. If I followed in his footsteps, I'd no longer have to worry about being eaten alive. That's right, now it's my turn. My turn to devour those who would feed upon me. And I suppose you never thought to seek help from the police. No way, no way. As long as Blaze was around, any evidence would be destroyed by him. Actually, didn't something like that almost happen today during Patricia's trial? I knew from the very beginning that things would turn out like this. The evidence from Patricia Rowland's trial. So he's saying that he expected the evidence would be destroyed. I see. So that's why you kidnapped John. To force a guilty verdict even in the absence of evidence.
Objection.
Who's to say? But in order to expose the crimes of 12 years ago, there was no other choice. That's according to you. However, Blaze also attempted to kidnap John in order to manipulate the trial in his favor. Your methods are no different than those of the people you so despise.
Objection.
That's only if I were actually the kidnapper. But I would never do anything so evil. No way, no way, no way. I just simply couldn't. Besides, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm actually quite thankful to the real criminals for giving me the opportunity to extract such sweet revenge. Yeah.
Objection.
So you admit it. Your motive was revenge. Yeah, I admit it. So what? Sure, I held a grudge against those creeps. But it's not like I'm the one who actually killed them, you know? Truth be told, all I did was send some letters. I let Jill in on Blaze's secrets and let Blaze in on Jill's secrets. And then the two simply ended up trying to kill each other.
Do you mean to say the murder was nothing more than a result of that?
Yep, just like the case at Gord Lake, it's way easier than trying to control wild animals. All I did was come up with a fake assassination plan for Knightley. So that was also part of his plan. This guy's over here playing four-dimensional chess. If that's the case, then Rook's murder was also your...
Objection.
Whoa, don't try to pin that on me. Knightley killed him all on his own. Well, it ended up creating the perfect opportunity for me. It's funny how things work out.
How can you say such a thing?
It was the same for Patricia Rowland. I made it look like there was a connection between Knightley and Dogan by using the correspondence chess match and the chisel in the chessboard. What? You mean to say that you were the one who prepared that chisel? That's right. I thought it would bring Dogan to mind. Quite a thoughtful little gift, wouldn't you agree? And that was all it took to get Patricia to murder Knightley. Oh, the feeling that everyone around you is an enemy. I know it all too well. The tiniest spark can set off an explosion of fear, resulting in horrific mutual destruction. All I did was watch the comedy of errors unfold from the audience. And you were my final pawn, Mr. Edgeworth. A pawn? Me. When you solved their cases, you brought both Blaze and Patricia to their ruin. And the weapon that delivered the coup de grace was your own logic.
Objection.
I didn't solve those cases for your sake.
Oh, I know. You never really cared about saving me. You just wanted to pretend to be a defense attorney, didn't you? What did you... All I had to do was go, no way, no way, no way, and act all scared. And you totally believed me. You were giving it your all, trying to save me. So even your arrest was just a ploy to make me use my logic? To be fair, getting arrested wasn't part of the plan. When people began to suspect that the chisel I sent was the murder weapon, honestly, I broke out in a cold sweat. I thought for sure it would be curtains for me. But then a turnabout of miraculous proportions. The genius prosecutor himself had come to my rescue. Well, doesn't it feel nice to be thanked by me, the one that you saved? You should be grateful. I gave you this chance to play the ace attorney.
You're wrong. He wasn't pretending to be a defense attorney. Mr. Edgeworth is always serious about saving people. Even the times when he saved me in the past.
Okay. Is that so? Are you sure he's not just trying to emulate his own father, the one he admires so much?
Absolutely not. That's not true at all.
Now, Kay. The person he's talking about now isn't Miles, but rather Simon himself. Clearly he is not able to trust others. The desire to save someone other than himself is something he cannot even comprehend. Say what you want, but make sure you think about it long and hard. Sure, all my targets for revenge got what they deserved in the end. However...
I think this might be it. Maybe this is it, the final one.
Think about it. Can any one of my actions really be considered a crime? I instigated murder. There's not a single word about that in the letter, is there? If I had said the word kill even once, I guess it could be considered instigation. Well, maybe I did say it, but there's no way for you to prove it.
Hold the phone. Let me listen to this. Let me listen to this. Let me listen to that.
What are you saying? You kidnapped me.
I'm sorry, but that hasn't been proven yet, has it? The only thing I admitted to was sending the letters.
That's...
Besides, those letters contain no threats or coercions. I simply conveyed information. Information that each recipient would find beneficial. You crafty little...
Can't we do something about it? What was it he said? Integrating murder?
Instigating murder is when a person directs someone else to commit murder. The person who directed the murder can be charged as if he committed the crime himself.
So we just have to find proof that he directed those murders.
You make it sound so easy. To be honest, it kind of pisses me off a little. You're all trying to frame an innocent person for murder. Don't you understand? I'm not obligated to waste any more time on this pointless discussion.
Knock him back!
The police are waiting for you outside of this tent. You have nowhere to run.
Really now? You think I wouldn't have an escape route prepared? Piggy. For example, let's say I gave an order so that all the animals here attacked you. Now, what if I were to take my leave during the ensuing chaos?
What did you say? You can't be serious.
It was just an example. Wouldn't that make for an interesting show? Here's another idea. What if I pulled out a hidden gun and took John hostage? That might be more exciting.
Well,
that would be a crime and then you would be arrested, so...
I will never allow you to do such a thing.
I can't tell whether or not Simon is being serious. However, when it comes to him, we should consider anything a possibility. If you continue to bore me with your drivel, I'll end the show right here. I'd like you to keep that in mind before you make any baseless objections. Objections, got it. I cannot make any more careless remarks. Isn't there some way I can charge him with his crimes? Okay, hold on now. Well, maybe I did say it, but there's no way for you to prove it. Tell me more about this.
Hold it!
Maybe you did say it. Did you or didn't you? It doesn't really matter whether I did or didn't. That's not what's important. I'm sure you know full well, Mr. Edgeworth. There's no way to prove it. There's no way any proof could exist. Until I find some sort of proof, my arguments are meaningless. Should I press him to draw out more information or review the evidence? At any rate, I must find some way to break through his defense.
Is Simon really innocent of instigating the murders?
That's impossible. I'm certain that it was all part of his murder plot.
Yeah.
We know he had the will to commit the crimes. We just need some way to prove it. Crap. I'm dead certain on this. And I want to save myself for some time. Nicole's tape recorder.
Objection!
Yes! Oh. I knew it in my heart of hearts. I trusted my gut. It is my firm conviction that you instigated the murders. After all, you told me so yourself. Perhaps I should let you in on this, Mr. Edgeworth. Actually, I was the one who ordered Blaze to best to kill Jill Crane. What? Okay, unfortunately, that was with a voice modulator, so... Did I say that? I really don't remember. You may think you can deceive us as much as you want. But unfortunately for you... Unfortunately... You used a bug to eavesdrop on our conversations. But there was someone else who wiretapped that bug of yours and recorded the whole thing. It was... recorded? In other words, the conversation between you and that clown is recorded on that tape. Lane Shi says, a schemer drowns in his own schemes. And this is what he meant. Miss Swift, I'd like to listen to your tape.
Roger! Oh, it's right about here. Mr. Edgeworth, Judge Courtney's cell phone is ringing.
Who is this? Are you the person who ambushed Kay?
Mr. Edgeworth, I want to listen in on this too.
Very well. This is where it starts. Well, I must say...
Huh? That's odd.
What's wrong?
Well, there ain't nothing recorded past this point.
What?
Why? Why wasn't it recorded?
Too bad, so sad.
Did you really think I'd leave behind any incriminating evidence? The bug I planted has a special feature. It can be turned on and off with a remote control. What? That sort of thing exists?
Certainly, remote-controlled listening devices do exist. However,
Are you saying you switched off the device so that your own voice would not be recorded?
precisely. Impossible. You couldn't have done that unless you knew you were being recorded.
Objection!
Isn't it obvious I knew? I guess you just don't get it. You could call it a hunch. I had a feeling I was being wiretapped. Miss Swift, was it? I figured things out because you knew about the kidnapping.
Don't tell me. You were listening in on that conversation.
That's right. Though, come to think of it, I'm surprised you didn't realize it until now.
Some genius prosecutor you turned out to be, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh my, and what was the end result of all this?
Can't get over these freaking squirrels.
Ah, since you don't have any proof of the instigation charges, it's game over. Mr. Prosecutor, was my recording no help to you at all? Ain't there something, anything at all in my recording?
Miss Swift. Kay,
Yes?
the bug was planted in your badge, right? Do you have any ideas?
How do you expect me to come up with an answer right off the top of my head? You were the only one who came into contact with the culprit.
Objection!
How unsightly. You're all fussing over useless evidence. Let's move on to the next topic. Next.
What's this? He seems a bit eager to change the topic of conversation.
You were the only one who came into contact with the culprit.
Only Kay came into contact with Simon. If any sound was recorded at the time she was with the culprit. Miss Swift, how long have you been recording?
Since 2 nights ago, I reckon.
Since 2 nights ago. In that case, when could a conversation with Simon possibly have been recorded? 2 nights ago? 2 nights ago, Simon brought Kay to the roof. If we listen to the recording from that time frame, Miss Swift, please let us listen to the recording from 2 nights ago.
Huh? Okie dokie.
That's a lot of tape.
This is the sound of a hot air balloon.
That's right. At the time, Simon was carrying Kay in a hot air balloon. Ergo, he was near Kay. Isn't there anything recorded?
Oh, that was...
A gunshot? It seems you were quick to deactivate the bug. However, you were a little too late. You can't run anymore. That gunshot ties you to the case. Huh?
What are you saying?
There's no gun involved in this case, is there? No, there should be someone connected to the case who fired a gun. Let's strike with the evidence that points to that person. Which piece of evidence connects the gunshot to the case? Yeah, Jill Crane was shot, wasn't she? Or, no, she was stabbed. Hold on. connects the gunshot to the events 2 nights ago. A gunshot. Gunshot from 2 nights ago. Well, I can check that, but... A gunshot that happened 2 nights ago. Wait, was the audio in the original horn? What was the audio in the original horn? Did that play a gunshot? Shoot! I think the doll might be it. Hold on. Could you perhaps take a look at this piece of evidence? No. Are you saying that this proves a gun is related to the case? That is what I believe. Are you saying that I'm wrong? Yeah. I don't think it has any connection at all. It seems this wasn't it. This isn't like you, Miles. Think about it a little harder. I'm sorry. The person who fired the gun could be the same person who kidnapped me, right? That's possible. However, it seems we can't be sure. To see if there is something that connects those involved in the case with the gun, we should review the evidence once more. What are you mumbling about? As I thought, the gun isn't related at all, is it? No, the gunshot that was recorded is greatly related to this case. What? Am I being dumb? Okay, let's start at the start. Okay, there's a bug planted in it, and it recorded the sound of the gunshot, but the fact of this badge existing is not in itself evidence of any kind. There was a letter deposited on Kay, or not on Kay, it was on Jill, but it was forged. Please get revenge from 12 years ago. Yeah, it's not related to the gun. I don't remember how this combination lock was forced open. Or no, the lock itself wasn't damaged. The gate itself was opened. This is just a movie poster. This is just a commemorative photo. There was nothing to do with the... Oh. 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 Gunpowder residue was found on his right hand. What?
Take that!
I completely forgot about that. It's written right here in the body double's autopsy report. Gunpowder residue was detected on his right hand. Where was Kay at the time the gunshot was recorded? That's right, she was being carried to the roof of the Grand Tower in your balloon. And as it turns out, there were a few more people on that very same rooftop at the same time.
You mean the double and me? Oh, certainly after we talked for a brief moment. The body double noticed something and had me leave before him.
Now, what if the gunshot rang out after that? We can clearly hear it in the recording.
I doubt that you wouldn't have noticed it. Do you intend to feign ignorance until the very end? That's nothing more than mere conjecture. What we heard on the recording was not just a gunshot. If you listen closely, you can hear the bullet hitting something. If the body double was aiming at Simon, then the bullet may have struck which piece of evidence? The hot air balloon.
Take that!
The body double likely fired the gun at the balloon. If we assume that the bullet hit something, it would have been the balloon's basket.
Let's examine it immediately.
Oh, hello. Hello. This hole.
It's a bullet hole.
A bullet hole was found in the basket. You won't be able to talk your way out of this one. How do you intend to explain the gunshot and bullet hole? So you figured it out. You're good. I guess it's impossible to hide anything from you. Spit it out already. Okay, no need to be impatient. 2 nights ago. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for the interruption. It happened when I was riding the balloon to the rooftop. I saw the body double and you, Miss Courtney, on the roof. Talk about a surprise. Only the double noticed me. He told Miss Courtney to leave ahead of him. I'm just gonna assume like the wind was roaring, so Courtney wouldn't hear the jet of the fire. He then pointed a gun at me and fired.
Why did he want to shoot down the balloon?
It's simple. The body double had intended to kill Miss Courtney.
Kill me?
That's right. You talked to the double about John, didn't you? Well, it's not like the body double would have met with you otherwise. From his point of view, it was like showing him evidence that he was a fake. You mean he was afraid of Judge Courtney because she knew about John's past? Afraid? That's exactly right. That body double was a coward after all. I even remember how his hands were trembling when he fired the gun at my balloon. Are we all clear now? I was only there by chance. Just a friendly witness who was passing by. It happened when I was riding the balloon to the rooftop.
Hold it!
Around what time was that? I think it was around 11 p.m. It should coincide with the time Miss Courtney and company were on the rooftop, right?
Yes, it was indeed around that time.
There doesn't seem to be any contradictions. However, the time frame is important. Well, I would want to ask Courtney, is it true? Did the quote-unquote president really send you back away? And it was at that moment I saw the body double and you, Miss Courtney, on the roof. Talk about a surprise.
Hold it!
Are you saying this rooftop rendezvous was beyond your expectations? There's no way I could have known about that beforehand. Well, once the dust settled, I could guess what would have happened though. The double had intended to kill Miss Courtney. Hey, did you realize that?
No, I did not realize it.
It's because you were blabbing on and on about that kid. What kind of mother are you? If things had gone badly, your kid might have died because of you.
Objection!
I'm your opponent, not her. Don't change the conversation. Judge Courtney, I'd like you to please leave this to me.
My apologies, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Oh, goddess of law. Please watch over this man and grant him aid.
You're making me laugh. This lady didn't even notice the balloon. Only the double noticed me. He told Miss Courtney to leave ahead of him.
Hold it!
He had her leave ahead of him. Didn't you say the body double had planned to kill her? Maybe he thought it would be bad if someone saw the scene of the murder. At the time, no one knew that the president was a fake, right? Once he got the info on John, he'd be able to kill both mother and son whenever he wanted. Thank goodness he's dead. Now you're both safe. You should be happy. Yeah. Whatever emotions you have towards that man, please put them aside until it's all over. For now, please continue your story. As you wish. And so that cowardly body double must have panicked when an eyewitness suddenly appeared from the skies. He then pointed a gun at me and fired. The bullet struck the balloon's basket cleanly. I panicked and quickly tried to get away so he wouldn't shoot me down, but talk about a close call. You say you tried to get away right then. That's right. Is there a problem? Is there a problem with that statement? Yeah. How else would he deposit K on that rooftop? You must have placed K on the rooftop. You couldn't have gotten away before then, correct? Yeah, that's right. I forgot. After the body double fired one shot, he entered the hatch to the 51st floor. I looked around for a bit and then landed on the roof. Please add that statement to your testimony. Sure, I don't mind. After the double fired one shot, he entered the hatch to the 51st floor. Okay, that just reeks of lies. How can we prove that the double had no way to know about the secret auction? The president was never seen coming down. Crap, that actually reinforces his point. Uh-oh. Let's see. Can we say, hey, no, this belonged to the president? If he went down the hatch, he would have seen and found this and taken it with him because he would recognize it. But no, that hinges on a what if. It's not concisive or decisive. Oh, right. Lotta was in the room the whole night, and she said the president never passed through.
Objection!
Once again, you lied. Lied. The body double could not have entered the storeroom on the 51st floor 2 nights ago. Miss Hart's testimony proves it. What? How can you trust that sham journalist's testimony?
What did you say? You can't insult my mentor like that.
2 nights ago, that lady was staking out the 51st floor. Given that, just how did the body double leave the roof? Indeed, that is what we must now prove. If he did not use the elevator or the 51st floor to leave the roof, then only one route remains. How did the body double leave the roof without using the elevator or the 51st floor? He must have taken the balloon.
Take that!
The body double flew. He flew? Simon Keyes. He rode in your balloon.
Objection.
Hey, stop joking around. Why would I have needed to give the body double a lift?
Objection.
The elevator had a security camera, and the 51st floor was being watched by Miss Hart. Your balloon was the only way the body double could have left the roof.
Objection.
At the circus, we often perform dangerous stunts in order to surprise the audience. You think you've got me cornered? Sorry, but the show ends here. What? Hey you, Lotta, was it? I'd like to ask you something. Are you saying you stood watch on the 51st floor the entire time without any breaks? She fainted.
Oh, well, I reckon, course, there ain't no mistakes in my testimony.
Objection.
Really now, but didn't the sound of Mr. Edgeworth's assistant falling into the storeroom cause you to faint?
I didn't mention it before, but after that I might have dozed off a little. To be more precise, I fainted? Well, something like that.
So something did happen. Miss Hart, I have determined the sound that made you faint. It was likely the sound of Kay falling onto the storeroom floor.
Well, what's your point? Nobody's perfect.
Look at her, Mr. Edgeworth. That's the kind of person you're relying on.
Objection.
Kay fell into the storeroom after the body double had left the roof.
Objection.
In that case, I have a theory on how things happened. After that cowardly body double fired a shot at me, he went and hid in the shadows until Kay fell into the storeroom. What?
So what if he was hiding?
Good grief, you guys still haven't noticed. What if the body double stayed hidden until Lotta had fainted? And then he went down to the 51st floor. That can't be. Precisely. The locked room mystery on the roof has been unlocked. Ugh. Gwah! He even said it in my voice. But wait, there's more. I told the hidden body double about John Marsh. That's why he attacked John the next day during practice, but got himself killed instead. You're saying the double attacked John? In other words, the one who murdered the body double was none other than John. John had no motive to kill the body double. I like that we're not even saying his name. Like, the body double is himself a person. He has his own name. But I guess if you spend 12 years masquerading as someone else, the lines begin to blur, huh? He knew he was the real president's son. And how would he have known that? Because I told him so, in a letter. What did you say?
That is a lie.
Yup, it's all a lie. Huh? But then again, maybe not. Maybe I really did tell him. Right, John? It's true that I caused Muzilla's head to fall. But I didn't know about my dad until today. I'm not lying. Oh, really? I wonder about that. I found out about the head falling thanks to the bug. Now, if you were the one who caused it to fall, and the body double was crushed to death... That settles it. You're the culprit. You successfully carried out your revenge. Congratulations. All the pieces of the puzzle are now in place. As Mr. Edgeworth would say, the logic fits. Now then, any rebuttals?
I still think the body double was killed before it was crushed.
Manipulating humans into fighting with each other sounds just like me, right? I did the same thing to Knightley and Blaze. At any rate, there's no way the body double could have gone for a ride in my balloon. The double was crushed by the monster's head, right? And who was it that caused the monster's head to fall? Do you understand now who the body double's real killer is? The truth that I provided them with gave them a big motive for murder. Get it? Those two tried to kill each other because of the truth you're so fond of.
Impossible.
Hey, you detective over there, hurry up and arrest this murderer. What's wrong? Why aren't you moving?
Damn.
I thought so. Just admit it. In the end, aren't you all the same as Blaze and the body double? You ignore the prime suspect and come after me without any evidence. How easily it can be distorted to best suit your needs, this law you all believe in.
That is by no means true.
Objection.
If you're not gonna arrest anyone, maybe I should have a talk with the policemen outside. If I tell them that John Marsh is the killer, they'll be forced to take action.
Simon Keyes, your testimony isn't over yet.
Piggy. Really? I figured you try to stop me, Mr. Edgeworth. You don't have any evidence, do you? Which means there's no chance for you to win, right? But if you still plan to stop me, you should be prepared to take on this much risk.
What? That much? No, my health bar.
It's only natural. After all, the fate of the true culprit, John Marsh, is at stake here.
Hey, Miles? Why don't you take a nice deep breath?
Mr. Shields.
At times like this, you should take a breather and think back. Defense attorneys always remain calm in a pinch and smile in the face of danger. The point of contention between your logic and his claims lies in the body double's escape route. How's about, for example, we think of it like this? What's important isn't whether or not the body double got on the balloon, but rather, if we were to assume he did, what circumstances would have allowed for that?
Turn my thinking around.
Well, all I'm doing is a cheap imitation of your old man. Did it help?
Circumstances that would have allowed the body double to get on the balloon. That's right. The body double not only had a large build, but he also had a gun. And in spite of that, no traces of sleeping drugs were found in his system. Which means it can't be. Mr. Edgeworth, are you ready yet? Hope you haven't forgotten about this. This is bad. I must break his testimony somehow. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to say the body double held you at gunpoint. Manipulating humans into fighting with each other sounds just like me, right? So you manipulated the body double and John to your will. You seem rather persistent about that, aren't you? Very much so. I'm an animal tamer after all. And isn't the greatest animal in the world man? Piggy! I just tell people the truth in order to help them get revenge. They should all be thanking me.
Mr. Edgeworth, I'm kinda scared.
Steel yourself, Kay. One who sows seeds of revenge as a jest. This is an opponent we must stop at all costs.
The sins of the past are scary, so scary. You'll never see your retribution coming. I did the same thing to Knightley and Blaze.
So you still intend to insist that you were not directly involved to the very end?
Right, I never dirtied my own hands. I just like to watch. As they hate and kill each other, never realizing that they were being manipulated all along.
Spectating from afar, just like you did 12 years ago.
You mean the SS5 incident?
That's so funny.
If I remember correctly, all your father's hard work amounted to nothing. Wouldn't you normally call someone like that incompetent?
Growl! You...
Agent Lane, restrain yourself.
Damn it!
We don't know the conclusion your father arrived at. However, we are here now because he chased after his footsteps.
We chased after his footsteps.
Sorry to interrupt your little moment, but I don't believe that kind of idealism will solve anything. Besides, at any rate, there's no way the body double could have gone for a ride in my balloon.
That's the only way the double could have gotten off the tower.
Well, let's suppose that was the case. Even if I had carried the body double down. What's the problem with that?
So you admit it. You did carry the body double.
Let's not make a fuss over absurd opinions, Mr. Edgeworth. That's just not like you. You think the body double held me at gunpoint and asked me to go on a sightseeing joyride?
Yeah.
There's no way that could have happened. And you know that full well, don't you?
It's possible you negotiated with him by using the information about John as a bribe.
But he shot at me, remember? There's just no way we could negotiate.
In that case, what if you used sleeping drugs and transported him while he was knocked out?
Then allow me to ask, have they detected any traces of sleeping drugs from his body?
Ugh, it's no good. Can't find any openings. Mr. Edgeworth, isn't there something more interesting we should be talking about? The double was crushed by the monster's head, right?
Allow me to propose a question. Was the double really crushed beneath the monster's head?
I was gonna say, what if it was crushed by the balloon, but... I mean, shoot, it does have a steel bottom. For a genius prosecutor, you sure are quick to withdraw your previous statements. Weren't you the one who deduced that he was crushed by the monster's head to begin with?
Indeed, I certainly came to that conclusion once before. However, that was when we knew of nothing else that was capable of crushing him to death.
Knew? Why the past tense? It's not like there's anything else now, you know.
Oh my god, maybe I'm right.
The body double was crushed to death by the monster's head. That is an unshakable fact.
Son of a... You know what shape the balloon is? It's a lion's head. Is there nothing else? Some decisive evidence that connects this man to the crushed president?
How unsightly, Mr. Edgeworth. Why don't you stop this useless struggle? Besides, don't you already know who the culprit is, remember? And who was it that caused the monster's head to fall?
Certainly, the one who caused the monster's head to fall was John. However,
even John himself admits to that.
Well then, doesn't that settle everything? Good job, guys. Case closed. The one who killed the double was John Marsh, and since the police just happened to be here...
No, not yet. There's still room for further investigation.
Don't force yourself. Well then, tell me, what else is there to investigate? And if you can't, I want that kid arrested as soon as possible. You aren't going to overlook a crime, are you? Am I wrong?
Mr. Edgeworth, what'll we do? Is there really no hope left?
Think. Mr. Keyes killed the double. Then the murder could only have occurred when the two met face to face. What he had with him at the time must be the real murder weapon.
Darn it, does he intend to play innocent until the very end?
The body double's cause of death was rather unique. If he was crushed under the monster's head,
Then the killer would be John after all. Is there anything else that could have crushed the double?
yeah, they're really laying this on thick. Something else that could have crushed the body double. Body double is crushed by the monster's head, right? No, I think it was the basket. Yeah, you know what? Something reinforced with metal with a big tank in it, and Keyes himself adding that weight too. Shoot, I'm willing to believe it. I have a lot of HP on the line, but... summon my courage. Yes. John was not the one who killed the body double. He was crushed by a monster. Quit clowning around. This isn't like you at all. Oh, I get it, since John is supposed to understand the heart of a monster. The one who understands the heart of a monster's is you. Not even I have monsters for friends, you know. Stop being so modest. Didn't you have one very important friend? A monster you control at will. This case began with Lotta freaking out about some giant monster stepping on the corpse and killing him. I dismissed it out of hand, and evidence swiftly proved that wrong. And now I find out that it was true all along. The body double, the body... He was crushed by a giant monster. For real. This is unreal. Simon Keyes, you're the one who killed the body double. That's... the lion balloon. A monster made of cloth that expands when filled with hot air. It suits you quite well, wouldn't you agree? Sorry, but I have no idea what you're talking about. You've been fixated on your claim that you manipulated John in the body double. Probably because it's an impossible fantasy of yours. After all, even an animal tamer cannot tame the dead. The body double had already been murdered while he was on the roof. And the murder weapon was the balloon you were in. I see. Although it floats in the air, that balloon still weighs several hundred pounds. When the double threatened you on the rooftop, you immediately came up with a plan to defend yourself. And that plan was to crush him with your balloon. Whether the body double wanted to get on, or that he was carrying a gun, none of that matters. Because what you carried in your balloon was the body double's corpse.
Objection.
Hold on a second, Mr. Edgeworth. You're saying the double was killed on the rooftop 2 nights ago? Well, that simply doesn't match up with the time of death. What did you say? Uh-oh. That's not like you at all, Mr. Edgeworth. Take a good look at the autopsy report. The time of death was around 11 p.m. last night.
Last night?
Oh. Well, maybe the double was just knocked unconscious? That's right, the very night that Muzilla's head fell. Well, Johnny boy, come on, how about telling us the truth? You killed your father, right? I know the feeling. You hated him, didn't you? Your father who left you all alone forever.
You're wrong. I had no idea that guy was my dad.
Not this again. Didn't I personally tell you myself?
Was my logic wrong?
Mr. Edgeworth, allow me to thank you once again for chasing down Blaze and Patricia and bringing them both to ruin. My revenge was a success, all thanks to your logic.
If only the time of death matched up, then my logic would fit. Perhaps he did something to throw off the time of death.
And what's more, Dane Gustavia, was it? You even took down the culprit of the IS-7 incident.
Dane Gustavia and the IS-7 incident. That's it. Gustavia killed Dover and hid his body in a block of ice. Mr. Gustavia intended to freeze the body in order to throw off the time of death. If the time of death had coincided with the tea party, Mr. Gustavia would have been suspected.
That is correct. It's a shame that I didn't get to witness his destruction.
How can you say that? Wasn't Mr. Gustavia your father, Simon?
Oh man.
I'm scared. I'm so scared. Miss Rowland keeps asking me about that day. Daddy, help me. Why won't you come save me? Is it because I broke my promise with you and didn't eat your sweets?
I couldn't care less. My father left me all alone. Even if we share the same blood, that man is not my father.
I hate to say it, but like father, like son, you're the spitting image of him, Simon. The father you hated so much.
Huh? What are you talking about?
It must have been fate. By sheer coincidence, you just happened to use the exact same method your father did, to throw off the victim's time of death.
And we rescued him from the refrigerated warehouse near the harbor, Powell.
A refrigerated warehouse?
You're saying that I threw off the time of death. How would I have done that?
The answer lies in where you hid the body double's body. This was the place you used to hide the body.
Take that!
Throwing off the time of death by freezing the body, along with John's kidnapping. It seems that everything is coming together.
The kidnapping? Why are we going back to that? I don't know a thing about it.
Don't forget, John was confined in a refrigerated warehouse. That's right. You kept the body double's corpse in that very same warehouse. 18 years ago, your father hid a body in the same way.
What? My father? The one who abandoned me did the same thing? Those poor bunnies. Who would have guessed that both father and son would use the same method?
Objection!
Stop it! Don't lump me in with that guy. My father, I'm nothing like him. There's not a single connection between us.
Objection!
You may think so, but even now your bond with Mr. Gustavio still remains. Didn't you say once before, I don't like sweets? That may have come from the shock of losing your father, don't you think? Ugh, you guys have no idea what you're saying. Even if you deny your father, aren't your thoughts and actions the same? Particularly your belief of sacrificing others to protect yourself. And finally, your crimes were brought to light just as his were. Wait, did I get him already? Just kidding. Yeah, I was gonna say, where was the proof that he hid the body in the warehouse? Like, how would he move the body back? I don't know anything about that warehouse. I had nothing to do with the kidnapping after all.
Objection!
In order to threaten Judge Courtney, it's clear that you partook in the kidnapping.
Objection!
How scary. Those who get involved with you will be charged with all sorts of crimes. In the end, there's no evidence. For the instigation and for the kidnapping, none at all. Or what, are you gonna forge some evidence, just like Blaze and the rest? I'll do nothing of the sort. I can't let him provoke me. You always say, I'll pursue the truth no matter what. Right? Ha! Don't you mean only the truth that's most convenient to you? After all, that's how the police pull the wool over the eyes of those without power. Piggy! And that's why my revenge was necessary. Yeah, none of you can catch me. Not Patricia, not Blaze, and not even you.
Mr. Edgeworth, at this rate, isn't there anything we can do?
Even though all my logic points to this man, I just need evidence. Even a single piece of evidence would suffice. Well, it's been a fun show, but it looks like it's time for the curtains to close. If you'd like, why don't you come and see my next performance? I'll let you if you admit defeat. Yeah. Oh? Is it John? Who was that? Gumshoe? Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Edgeworth. Wait. Didn't we tell Gumshoe to go do something on our way here?
Gummy, where'd you go?
I was just doing the job that I'm able to do, pal. Detective Gumshoe, your report, please. I did a quick investigation, sir, about the warehouse John was at. That refrigerated warehouse is currently being rented by the Very Big Circus, just as Mr. Edgeworth said. So it's finally here, our trump card. Well done, Detective Gumshoe. Now then, Mr. Keys. There must be some mistake. Maybe it has something to do with the circus. I see. Indeed, we are not well informed of the affairs of the circus. In that case, why don't we get your boss's opinion on this? Regina.
We are renting a refrigerated warehouse to store the animals' food, but I don't know much about the place, after all. I let Simon handle everything.
Curse you!
Yeah! Simon, how scary!
What a shame. It seems your desperate actions after the crime were in vain. If the body was found in the warehouse, suspicion would have fallen on you, the one in charge. That's why you specifically moved the body back to the Grand Tower, wasn't it? However, us finding John confined at the warehouse was a fatal mistake on your part. Our resident great thief and detective were both rather exemplary. What's wrong? I can even tell through your face paint that you're looking pale. It's not over yet, Mr. Edgeworth. Your logic is missing the most important piece of evidence. Oh, please, do tell. Isn't it obvious? Evidence that I killed the body double with the balloon. You can't present it, can you? After all, there's no way such evidence could possibly exist. The evidence. It exists. What did you say? If Mr. Keyes murdered the victim, traces of the murder should still remain here. Yeah, just inspect the bottom.
Take that!
It should become clear once we examine the basket of this balloon. Yeah, the balloon again. Didn't you already find the bullet hole? There's no way you'll find anything else in there.
It'll be fine, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth is a hero who always finds the truth no matter what he's up against.
That's right, pal. Of course it's gonna be fine. Mr. Edgeworth has gotten out of more impossible situations than I could count.
Miles, I believe in you too. But more importantly, I'm sure your old man watching over you believes in you as well.
Miles Edgeworth, calm down and think. You're just one step away from the perfect proof.
The body double was killed by this balloon. The proof lies in the traces left on the basket. Simon Keyes, it's time for you to atone for your crimes. I'll see it with my own eyes. The moment this past case is settled once and for all.
Please, Prosecutor Edgeworth, deliver the final blow to this unforgivable person.
Okay, literally the entire cast has hyped me up. If I get this wrong, I'm gonna feel like poop. This is the final piece of evidence that proves your crimes. What traces were left on the balloon that crushed the victim? It's the bouquet. Courtney gave him the bouquet. That has to be it.
Take that!
Did I do it? When John found the body, a bouquet of lion lilies was there as well. Lion lilies, the flowers from Genfa that represent the bond between parent and child. That's your evidence? Surely they must be buried under a mountain of garbage by now. Moreover, the one who threw it away was John himself. That's not much of a bond now, is it? That language of flower stuff has nothing to do with this. Calm down, John. Certainly you may have thrown the flowers away. However, I believe those emotions remain as strong as ever. Those bonds will surely protect you from that man in the form of my final piece of evidence. What the heck are you talking about? Those flowers were crushed. Ergo, they must have come into contact with the murder weapon. Perhaps we'll find the very same pollen still stuck to the basket of your balloon. No way, no way, no way. You guys examined the basket just a few moments ago.
If there had been any yellow pollen stuck on there, wouldn't you have noticed it then?
Objection!
Mr. Keyes, evidence is not restricted to what you can see with the naked eye. What? Emma,
Yes.
would you perform one more scientific investigation for us?
Leave it to me. The balloon's basket, right? Oh, a reaction. This is clearly pollen from a yellow flower. We'll find out soon enough whether or not it's from the same flower. What?
I'd say this proves that the body double's death was caused directly by your own hand.
No way. That can't be.
You crushed the body double to death on the roof of the tower. Then you retrieved the body and hid it in the warehouse. Why did he have to go to the trouble of retrieving the body? 2 nights ago, he knew that a separate incident would occur at the tower.
Oh, Miss Cranes.
Precisely. Leaving the body there would have disrupted his plans. I see, but even so, he couldn't leave the body in the circus warehouse either. Exactly. So the next day, when he was bringing the body back to the tower once again, he saw the small fire John started, which caused the Muzilla's head to fall. Was that when the idea came to you? Your plan to pin the crime on John?
Gah. You made it look like the murder weapon was the fallen head. Such foul, cowardly behavior.
For that reason, you carried the double's body in the balloon and lowered it into the film lot. At that time, the figure of the body double being lowered down by a rope was captured in John's video recording. Damn. That's some ridiculous body strength Simon has, but I believe it. He is a circus performer. Damn it. It was all... You saw through it all. Damn it. Damn you. Hey, watch your fucking mouth. You manipulated animals, you manipulated people, and you manipulated cases. Almost as if you were a king. However, it's now all come to an end.
Simon, the animals have gotten angry. Even Money and Astique. You never thought of them as your friends at all. How sad.
Damn it! Don't you look at me with those eyes! It's about time you went back to being a mere clown. A fitting end to your pitiful jester's act. Wait, are all the animals gonna attack him?
Daddy, help me. I'm scared. I'm so scared. I don't know anything. I didn't do anything bad. They were the bad ones, weren't they? Horace, why? Why did you stop me? If he hadn't done that,
I couldn't even trust the police. Nobody would help me.
But that man, back then he saved me. The only one who helped me was Dogen, so I used everyone else. What's wrong with that? Stop it! Don't come any closer! Stop! Ow, ow, owie, aye! Yeah!
Not you. Bye! Please, no more! Okay, that was pretty good. He got punched in the face by a gorilla. It seems the game is finally over. Oh! Shelley the Killer. Mr. Edgeworth, I must thank you. You have exposed the true identity of the mastermind. Now I am free to...
What?
Trying a gun would be most inadvisable. Stay where you are and do not move.
I don't have a gun.
You do have a gun, do you not? You intended to draw and fire it without anyone noticing. Oh, jeez. Must have taken it from the body double when he killed him. This man has betrayed his bond of trust with me. He would have me kill the president while knowing full well he was a body double. Lying about a target is an extremely dangerous thing to do to an assassin. Not having all the cards on the table can seriously jeopardize an assassination. However, what is even more unforgivable is your deception and your attempt to manipulate me. The time has come for your retribution. Stop! Oh, damn. Oh, damn. You are... It has been far too long, Shelley. Please step aside. That man is my prey. I must ask you to spare his life. Please permit this young acolyte to receive his proper punishment in prison. And if I refuse, his is the first life I have saved. I will not allow it to be taken away so easily. You saved a life? The assassin, Sir Hondogan? Ironic, is it not? That I, the one who has taken countless lives, am making a plea for this young one's life. He saved my life just as I have saved his. Before I knew it, I grew quite fond of the lad. You may laugh at me as much as you wish. However, I must ask that you spare the life of the boy. From one assassin to another, please make this allowance. I understand, if you are willing to go that far. You have my thanks. I am in your debt. Okay, the screen can't get much more crowded than this, man. No need for thanks. I simply felt there would be no merit in a fight to the death with you. That is all. And with that, I must take my leave. Damn it, wait! Prosecutor Edgeworth, I must thank you as well. It was necessary for this young acolyte to be put in his place. And that you have done. Now then, it's time for me to return to my humble cage, surrounded by iron bars. Right, Anubis? Right, boy? Oh, look who's here. Hey, priest guy, you killed my dad, right? Indeed, I am not one to forget those I have slain. I see, you must despise me, boy with horns. In that case...
John!
Do not panic, I simply lent the boy with horns my knife. Take that knife and run it through my throat. A single stab should do it. I've long grown weary of my wooden carvings. Well, this just got dark. Revenge.
John, don't do it! John, please, I beg of you.
Until just now, I had intended to seek revenge, no matter how many years it took. Revenge? Revenge is good, real good. All your pain and suffering slips away. Everything becomes numb, and you'll feel nothing. Yeah, you may be right. I thought about that while I listened to what you had to say.
John,
But the only one who would be satisfied with revenge would be myself, right? If I became a murderer, my mom would go through even more pain and suffering. My friends from the movie, too, and all those people who care about me as well. The boy with horns says some interesting things. That's right. I finally get it now. I'll never forgive you, but I'm not the one who should punish you. After all, isn't that what my mom and that prosecutor guy are here for?
John, you just said some really profound stuff just now.
Kay, perhaps you should study up a little more yourself. Is that so? Well then, young one, it is time for us to depart.
Where to?
To prison, of course. That place will be our home.
Our home?
What a sick and twisted man. Damn. And with that, the case that involved and affected so many people came to a close. Man, if Simon had just, disinfected the bottom of the thing, he would have gotten away. Damn. However, there was still one last thing I had to do. He must decide what his next path will be, huh?
Mr. Edgeworth, sorry to keep you waiting.
Why'd you call Uncle Ray and the rest of us out here?
Mr. Edgeworth, the formal proceedings have just come to a close.
Huh? What are you talking about? This is the place where I once relinquished my prosecutor's badge.
This is your prosecutor's badge? Prosecutor Edgeworth, what is the meaning of this?
Consider this my resignation. I am no longer a prosecutor.
In order to save me when I was suffering from memory loss, you...
A certain man once said, "The only ally a defendant has is their attorney. By trusting in their client, an attorney draws closer to the truth." The sight of that man still shines brilliantly in my eyes. Just as the image of my father fighting in court does. Gregory. However, this is nothing more than that man and my father's way of life. Just say Phoenix. It is not mine.
Mr. Edgeworth?
I think I shall live as a prosecutor after all. Well, okay then. I'm fine with that. I see. So you've made your decision. I'm sorry. No, I understand. That's your answer, isn't it? It is. Okay, then that's the end of this conversation. Don't regret it. Even if you beg me later, I won't let you work for me ever again. I understand. But you know, Miles, mind if I ask you why you chose to live as a prosecutor? Mr. Shields, you asked me this before. To fight crime as a prosecutor, or to save people as a defense attorney. I want you to think carefully about how you want to live your life from now on. I've thought long and hard about that question ever since. How should I live my life? And after this case concluded, I finally found my answer. I want to save people as a prosecutor.
As a prosecutor?
Simon Keyes, he too was a victim. He lost a parent in a past murder, and with it, the ability to believe in anything else. I too know that feeling. The feeling of losing what's important to you and being unable to believe in anything. I doubted everything during my lonely battles in those days. All that I can hope to do is get every defendant declared guilty. The one who saved me was... Mr. Keyes must have been all alone. Unable to find salvation from the law, he had no choice but to turn his hand to revenge. And I suppose you never thought to seek help from the police. No way, no way, no way. As long as Blaze was around, any evidence would be destroyed by him. Actually, didn't something like that almost happen today during Patricia's trial? I want to save those like Simon Keyes.
So, how would you save him?
I'm sure this tragedy could have been avoided if only he could have relied on the courts.
But instead, he was cornered by Blaze the Best, who used the power of law for evil. The form of the law can change depending on who wields it. It can be at once a shield to protect and a blade to harm. That, too, is a contradiction of the law.
A contradiction, huh? That's true. It sure is a contradiction in the law. The way the law is right now, it isn't always completely right.
The only way to right those contradictions is by joining the court system. The one who could have saved Simon Keyes was not an attorney, but rather a watchman of the law, a prosecutor. I shall face the contradictions in the law as a prosecutor.
I see. That's just like you. But, you know, it'll be tough. It won't be just a walk in the park. You'll be going up against the law itself. You do realize that, right?
I do. However, someone must.
Yup. Uncle Ray believes in you too. The law evolves and grows, just like all of us do. I'm sure you can pull it off. After all, you're Gregory's son. Your old man would never give up, no matter what. His eyes always saw only what laid straight ahead. Miles, when you chose to live as a prosecutor, your eyes looked just like your father's. It looks like you've grown up a bit. I really wish your old man could see you now.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shields.
So then, Prosecutor Edgeworth, allow me to formally return this to you.
Please do.
I, Justine Courtney, as a member of the PIC, do hereby return to Miles Edgeworth the rights and privileges of a prosecutor in the name of the Goddess of Law.
Yeah.
And with that, Prosecutor Edgeworth is revived.
That's great, sir. So then, Prosecutor Edgeworth, it's time for Uncle Ray to make his exit. I have to report to your old man all about the traitor and the Edgeworth family.
Thank you for everything. Truly.
The next time we meet just might be in the courtroom. Hope you'll be ready. Uncle Ray might not look it, but he's an ace attorney after all.
I'll look forward to seeing the attorney my father trained in action.
Take care.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, welcome back.
Judge Courtney, I must give my thanks to you as well.
To me?
You sought to fix the corruption within the PIC from the inside. That must truly have been a lonely battle.
No, it was not, for I was never alone. Because the goddess of law is always by your side, right?
You made me realize that one could fight in such a way. The prosecutor's office, no, the entire legal world, is caught up in this contradiction. If that cannot be set right, there is a truth that will never see the light of day. It was only through your help that I was able to find this new path. One that fights against the contradictions in the law.
I, too, find that promising, as one in the service of the goddess of law. You shall certainly succeed in helping the law grow.
Let us meet again in the courtroom.
Yes. I must apologize for my shameful acts during the trial 2 days ago. Next time I shall fulfill my duties as a judge perfectly.
Your Honor, I do not intend to speak regarding your ideals.
Prosecutor Edgeworth?
However, the greatest judge I know is one overflowing with humanity. Even during a trial, that judge experiences happiness, anger, sadness, and joy. Yeah! Shoutouts to my man. Don't even know his name, but he's a good judge. But nevertheless, always hands down the correct verdict in the end. It's difficult to say, but sometimes I feel that perfection is not always correct. Don't let Franziska hear you say that.
So, a judge too has the right to behave in such a manner. Thank you very much. Prosecutor Edgeworth, when I pursued and fought against Blaze de Best, the goddess of law was not the only one by my side. Oh, it's John! When I have this cut out with me, I feel a strange sense of courage well up from within. No matter how painful things became, no matter how strong the foe, when I remember that I am not alone, I'm able to keep moving forward. Wrongs must be put right, for John's sake as well.
John, too, lost his father in a past crime.
That is more important to me than even the words of the goddess of law. Though I'm sure the goddess would be angered by those words.
Your bond with your son is the secret to your strength, I imagine.
I don't have to be perfect. I just want to grow little by little. Both as a judge and as a mother. That is how I feel.
It seems there is much each of us has yet to learn.
Agreed. We are still but children before the world. Let us grow in our respective paths until we meet again. I shall look forward to that reunion. May the blessings of the goddess of law be upon you as you follow your new path.
Well, that was nice. But what about my boy? Though I once lost my position as prosecutor, I have now reclaimed it so that I may tread a new path as a prosecutor. I shall surely reach the truth waiting at the end of this path, no matter how difficult the path may be. If any seek to stop me on my path, they shall receive no mercy. No matter who they may be, I will shout just one word. Wow! No final scene with, Sebastian? Wow. That's rude, but okay. Guys, we did it. We beat Ace Attorney Investigations 2. We did it. This video's been very long, but we did it.
Wow.
Well, if they're gonna show us conversations like this, I guess I'll need to, wait and speak my mind until after the credits roll. I'm okay with talking over this conversation, though, because, boy, do I not like these characters. Is that cruel? Maybe. Wow, what a roller coaster this was. Oh yeah, he had a bad arm, huh? It seems that the wound on my left arm has yet to heal. The bodyguard who inflicted this wound upon me. His is a name I will never forget. Now then, shall I return to being a simple ice cream salesman? Perhaps this time I should try being a crepe salesman as well, instead. For now I shall live a calm life, until my services are required once more. Uh-oh. Yeah, I guess, all things considered, the status quo isn't changing much, huh? I might have been knocked out once by that prosecutor named Edgeworth. But I'll keep on trying to escape, while I'm just damning my fighting spirit. Ain't that right, Rocky? The gun that'll sound off my next escape will ring out soon enough. Until then, let's keep working out. I forget what voice I gave him. I see you, Miho Mori. Good job. Oh yeah, Frank Saw was in this game. Holy crap. Are you inquiring into my studies to become a pet groomer? I am working as hard as ever. I spend every day covered in mud. Perhaps this suits my true nature far better than the life of a newspaper salesman. Once I leave the prison, I hope to earn an honest wage as a pet trimmer. Huh? My sentence has been extended? Because I was Warden Roland's accomplice? Oh. Why do you think I've been giving a rat's ass about these stupid animals' well-being? Tell with the pet trimmer's license. Damn it! Poor guy. Actually, I don't really feel bad for him. Screw that guy.
Regina was really shocked by the truth about Simon, too. I mean, I trusted him as my subordinate. But there's no use fretting over it. The show must go on. I have to do my best so that I won't lose to the magic or ventriloquist divisions. I'll put on the greatest performance ever, one that'll blow away this entire case.
I see you, Naoko Ibuki. Good job. Yeah, I like to pick out random names from credits. It seems I've grown soft in my old age, right, Anubis? Right, boy? To think the life I saved on a whim 18 years ago would drive me to such lengths. Thanks to that, I am confined into my humble cell once more. Well, this time, that child is here as well. Perhaps it won't be such a bore, right, boy? Today's dessert is chocolate cake. That gently melting moment of allure. I will wait for you forever, Kate. I shall come here every day just as you and Raymond did for me.
Monsieur Shields, Prosecutor Edgeworth, I am truly grateful to them. I cannot believe I am able to eat your desserts once more, Monsieur Master.
Oh, I have been allowed to distribute my treats in both the detention center and the prison. For the past 18 years, I have brought joy to one and all of my delicious sweets.
Yesy, thanks for everything, boys. Of course, I owe Greggy my thanks too. After all, I get to stuff myself with Jeffy's delicious desserts once again. Oi, next time, maybe I'll use one of Jeffy's sweets to create a new drug. The tuck-in diet. You'll tuck in your stomach while you tuck into desserts. It'll be delicious and slimming and also good for your health.
Good luck with that?
Man, I'm glad I got to meet and sketch so many beauties. But Mandy caught a glimpse of my beauty sketch. She had a misunderstanding and clobbered me in the face with my sketchbook. So in exchange for my sketch of beauties, I had one beauty walk out on me. Maybe it's time for me to start getting more serious about my life. Whoa! Do I take the path of an artist or do I follow the path of my heart? Oh, and by heart I mean the heart of my new lady.
Oh, brother.
Mr. Bad, thanks for all your help today. Yeah, I'll testify about the IS-7 incident as much as you need me to. Prosecutor Edgeworth seems pretty active, too. He chose not to take the same path as Gregory, but rather to live as a prosecutor. Well, I am kind of sad that I won't get to work with him, but I'll continue to watch over him. Yeah, looks like you've grown up quite a bit yourself. I'm so happy. Mr. Bad actually praised me. If you ever need a hand from Attorney Raymond Shields, give me a call anytime, any place.
That took place in the present.
Huh. My crimes are punished far more leniently than I expected. Once it was proven that I had been threatened. Ouch! No crime is more heavy or light than any other. I'm sorry. Of course I regret what I did. However, I'm so glad I can still be together with you, Granny. Huh? You want to hurry back to work? Huh, that's right. The next corpse is waiting for us after all.
Oh, the fan translators!
Nice. I'm glad that my scientific investigation came in handy this time around as well. Good thing I rushed back here all the way from Europe. And now, I have to leave again. That kind of takes the fire out of a girl, as you can imagine. But this is also that I can become an actual forensic scientist. So then I guess it's time to go. Oh, if anything comes up, be sure to call me right away. The second I get the word, I'll dash right over.
Whoa, that's a lot of localizers. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's a lot of people.
The greater the father, the greater the expectations are for their children. Prosecutor de Best, was it? His way of life shall be tested henceforth. Just as mine was. Miles Edgeworth chose to live a different life from his father as a prosecutor. I suppose that too is an answer.
I could never have imagined the truth that my old man was hiding. Unlike me, who only thought about the Lane clan. My old man was trying to protect an entire nation. But I swear to you all that I will carry on his will. Even if the president was a fake, and the real one was murdered. I swear that I, together with my men, shall revive Zhenfa. Someday I will surely show you all a Zhenfa brimming with life. I would love to see it.
Oh my god. Voice actors.
I've asked everyone to stop calling me the best.
Well,
I don't like it. It makes me feel like I'm just borrowing Pops' power. I shall study even harder than before and triumph over Pops. I'll become strong enough so that I won't lose even to Mr. Edgeworth. Now then, let's start by thinking up my new nickname. Yeah, well, I knew Prosy D voiced Gregory, but I didn't put it together. Yeah, I guess all the voice actors were... the community too. A lot happened, but thankfully the film was a roaring success.
the gossip articles about the murder made our movie the talk of the country. A monstrous man appears from the mighty Lucilla. This is the true face of the monster who murdered the president of Genfa. Huh? Isn't that you in the photo, Mr. Powers?
Huh? How could something like this happen? Uh-oh.
Now, it's fine, isn't it? It's thanks to those articles that our film was a big hit.
Oh, much obliged.
Oh, that's scary.
That's real scary.
John, I greatly enjoyed watching your movie.
It's no big deal. It's not like I had a major role or anything. Weren't you the protagonist?
What are you saying? You played the key character who connects Muzilla and Gordy. There is no one else besides you who could have played the part.
Yeah, I guess. Well, it would be nice if there's a sequel. I really enjoy working as an actor. Mom, before we head home, can we go buy something? I like to decorate our home with a lion lily for Dad.
Then one will not suffice. You will need two more. One for me and one for Amy.
Aww, that's cute. All our supporters and for Capcom for making this game. Oh, one final scene. Yo, here we go. Wow, we were really busy with all those cases, weren't we, sir?
Indeed, we were. Why did all these incidents happen in such quick succession? I feel like things are always busy whenever I'm around.
Wait, Kay, wouldn't that mean you're a magnet for crimes?
Hey, Gummy, that was rude. I do get the impression that he's not entirely wrong. So then, Kay, do you intend to resume your training to become a great thief? I don't know.
Huh? Is something on your mind, pal?
How should I put it? Until now, I've always been chasing after my father, so that I could become a great thief, just like him.
Like the previous Yadagarasu, I suppose.
But watching you, Mr. Edgeworth, made me think.
Whoa.
Maybe instead of chasing after my father, I should find my own path. I mean, you didn't become a defense attorney either.
Chasing after a parent's shadow isn't the only path in life for a child, after all.
I'm going to aim to be a hero in my own way.
That sounds good.
But of course, that doesn't mean I'm going to throw away the name of the great thief Yadagarasu.
No matter what sort of hero you become, Kay will always still be Kay.
Thanks, Gummy. And Gummy will always be Gummy.
Of course, pal. I plan to keep pushing forward on my path as a detective, after all. Mr. Edgeworth, I look forward to continuing to work with you, sir.
Yes,
I'll be counting on you, Detective Gumshoe. Detective, you saved me many times during these past cases. You have my gratitude. I suggest you look forward to your next salary assessment. Huh?
What?
Does that mean what I think it means?
What's wrong? I am saying that your salary ought to be raised.
Really, sir? I can't believe it.
Isn't that great, Gummy?
It's like a dream come true. I can finally say goodbye to my instant noodle lifestyle.
However, that doesn't mean you can start slacking off. The real work begins from here on out. You should prepare yourself. Yes, sir. Roger that. I'll devote my body and soul to following after you, Mr. Edgeworth. The path Mr. Shields and Judge Courtney taught me is to take a stand against the contradictions in the law and to reach the truth at the end of that road. What am I able to do? That is a question I must continue to dwell upon. Certainly this path will not be easy. However...
Prosecutor Edgeworth, when I pursued and fought against Blaze the Best, the goddess of law was not the only one by my side. Oh, it's John! When I have this cut out with me, I feel a strange sense of courage well up from within. When I remember that I am not alone, I'm able to keep moving forward.
Your bond with your son is the secret to your strength, I imagine. Bonds, huh?
Oh, I completely forgot.
That was sudden. What's wrong?
I was searching for members of the new Yatagarasu team.
Now that you mention it, I do remember you saying something to that effect.
But in the end, I wasn't even able to find a single person. Can you imagine it? A team combining their powers in order to steal the truth? I wanted to create an invincible team like that, but...
What are you saying, pal? Don't you already have a team? Together, the three of us can solve any case that comes our way.
Yeah, you're right. A prosecutor, a detective, and a great thief. We're the invincible trio of heroes that steals, captures, and pursues the truth.
Hearing all that kind of makes me feel sorry for the truth. As long as the three of us are together, there's nothing to fear. Isn't that right, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, you are correct. Even till his last moments, my father ran along his own path. I too shall advance along mine, accompanied by my somewhat boisterous comrades. As long as they are by my side, I can walk forward without hesitation. On this new path as a prosecutor. Prosecutors and attorneys, the path I walk is not my father's. However, I am certain that the two paths are not separate. Though we may walk in opposite directions, our destination is the same. Why, you may ask? Because both paths lead to the one and only truth. Yeah. The end. Damn. What can I say? What a wonderful, incredible game. This game certainly has the best writing, the best narrative, the best story, the best themes, the best character development. Miles was just such a nuanced character. It felt great. And hell, it even has the best music, too. Obviously, we all love and adore the soundtrack of the first game, especially that awesome cornered theme, but yeah, no, overall, this game had the best soundtrack, too. For sure. It was satisfying. It all made sense. It all clicked together. And the way that the themes melded so well. How relatable that Edgeworth was able to find Simon Keyes, even if he was a despicable murderer who toyed with other people's lives. Miles was still able to understand him and how he felt. this theme of your father's shadow. Sebastian crawled out from it. Miles crawled out of it. Simon wasn't able to do that. In a way, it's kind of like a dark reflection. A what if for Franziska and Miles and Sebastian, if they let horrible people in their lives just control them and determine who they are. Simon Keyes never let himself live his own life. He never moved on from that day 18 years ago. Never once. He didn't walk any path whatsoever. Man. So yeah, the new characters introduced in this game, all brilliant. Okay, I could take or leave Nicole, but that's just my bias. Okay, so Courtney's story and Sebastian's, you could say, yeah, that's a pretty conclusive end. I could absolutely see them never appearing again. Raymond, though, I feel like there's still potential in there, some untapped potential. Like, he's lived himself a long life outside of Gregory, and he has a lot going on his plate. There could be more with him. I could see Raymond coming back for a new story. God, I do want to see Sebastian, though. Even if it's not likely, Sebastian's just... He was the best character in this. Okay, maybe second only to Miles himself, but... yeah, Sebastian... It wasn't love at first sight, no. I was like, oh, what's with this asshole? But then it clicked. I realized what he was like, and how he was just posturing, and then it was love. Just only love. That poor buffoon, just trying his damnedest, trying his best, but his best wasn't good enough. And at his lowest moment, he pulled himself back together and did what was right. Good on you, Sebastian. And yeah, it was great seeing Gregory. Like, yeah, Gregory, kind of like, if characters were food, Gregory would be white bread, but even still, it was pretty cool seeing him in action, and it really, really sold how much Raymond looked up to him, you know? I was really feeling for Raymond's connection with Edgeworth. Miles, that is. And of course you had everything involving Zhenfa. It was great seeing Shilon Lane again. He's such a fun character. And the President, and the Mozilla, and Simon, and Courtney, and the body double, and everything. Incredible. Immaculate. The level of complexity involved is staggering, but what's more impressive is that it all feels cohesive, and it makes sense, and everything worked. That is the biggest feat here, for sure. I really have nothing but good things to say about this. I think this is easily, without question, my favorite Ace Attorney game so far. God, it's gonna be hard to follow this up, but, well, follow it up, indeed. Yeah, Ace Attorney fans, don't go anywhere. I am going to take a break, just a teensy little break, maybe about a week, give or take a few days, but when I come back, after that week, we're going to be playing the next game. And which is it? I've been kind of coy about which one it is, but yeah, it's going to be Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. The crossover game. I'll explain my logic for why I'm choosing to play that when I start playing that. You can see that info when that video goes live. But yeah, about a week or so from now, yeah, look forward to that. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. It'll be nice to get back with Phoenix, man. Like, geez. Between Apollo Justice and these two investigations games, it has been a long time since we were with Phoenix. It's going to be so good.
And of course, I know absolutely nothing about Professor Layton, so it'll be really cool to see what that's like. So, hope you're looking forward to that. I know I sure am. Man, if you were with me for this entire journey and you watched this whole playthrough, even after the fact, and man, just thank you. It's been a treat to play this and voice all these characters, and man, what a great story. Oh, I'm not going to be able to stop thinking about this story for a long time. Well, this video has gone on long enough. It's getting ridiculous, so I'm Zephyr the Jester. This has been the glorious and immaculate Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you next time. So until then, please take care.